this in not too long. So hopefully this will not be a forever project. But happy to get to hang out today. So hopefully you'll enjoy getting to hang out as well. Yeah, this project has been a lot. It's taken way longer than I would have thought because like the first iteration that I did on the giant needles like took me an evening, and I'm like on day 3 with this, where not like full days, but you know, normally if it took me one day here, I would think like, oh, an evening here. But I did the stream yesterday. I've had like 3 little sessions. Now they haven't been like as long as the others. So, but gonna be hopping in with that. I've got the Olympics on my TV here, so we can talk about it if you want to put those on as well. Obviously, not going to be playing them on my stream due to copyright reasons for you guys to be able to see that as well. But I thought it would be fun to be able to watch along and maybe chit chat about that as well. Right now, it's women's kayaking that popped up. It was men's gymnastics. Excuse me. I don't know if it's gonna stay on this or not. Let's see here. Nope, it's planning. It's gonna change over here in about 4 minutes. So we'll see what the next thing is, and then make a decision based on that. But lots of things to chit chat about. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. This is Grace Lemay's channel. Welcome. If you are new, I go live when I get a moment. Right now, trying it out, seeing how it goes. I'm enjoying the just chatting kind of aspect of this and just doing it a little more casually than at my big setup in my desk. I reserve that one for like the really long live streams, like when I'm going to be coloring or things like that. Normally I'm working with colored pencils. So anyway, here we are. Giant blanket. So trying to get back in knit. Now I'm got these women kayaking, and I am like so impressed by them. My husband and I have had this idea, like it would be really fun in the Olympics, and like these other things, like we have no idea, like the average Joe, like what, or Jane, what they would be able to do, or Jill, however you want to say it, would do in these events. And so wouldn't it be fun to just pick one person at random, like your average person, and let them try it, and then we can compare like the really fast swimmers. Like if the average guy just off the street tries to get in and swim, what's their time going to be versus these Olympic swimmers? I think that would be kind of fun, like just to have that and then like show like, oh, he just finished the race and it has been 40 minutes since everybody else finished. You know, watch somebody in the diving competitions just try to jump off of the really tall boards and see how they do versus these people who can do like these crazy awesome things. I think that could be really fun just to kind of see how they would do in that. But these girls are in the kayak. It looks pretty intense. I didn't quite understand what went into I never really thought it through what goes into. Hello, Stephen. Welcome in. Good morning. I am doing well. I enjoyed the movie last night. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. So thank you for the hearts. Super sweet. And I would wait to talk about that for just a little bit. Let the stream run for a few minutes. My thoughts. No spoilers. I'm not going to give any spoilers. But I have some thoughts. And what I liked, what I, you know, final thoughts. Like, would I recommend it? That kind of stuff. But we'll wait for that. But still working on this blanket. I should be finishing it up here in a little bit. Are we talking about the Olympics? Yes, I've got the Olympics up right now. It says men's gymnastics, but the men's gymnastics finished. So right now it's showing women's kayaking. So if you want to pop that on your TV, you can. But as soon as this is up, because this is going to change over to something else in like just a moment or two, I'm going to see what are the options for watching and we can decide. Thank you so much for all the hearts. I love it. So give it a good, let everybody have their, what am I trying to say? I am tripping over words this morning. Maybe I need another cup of coffee, but just give everybody a chance to kind of say, hey, I want to watch this, and we can watch that. So I tried changing my angle a little bit. I am still a little low in the frame. I've adjusted it like 3 times. So I may adjust that here in a little bit too. I am realizing I am knitting on a purl row. We're gonna have to take out some stitches. But yeah, there are women doing the kayaking, so I guess I never thought about how you would have to do like slalom kayaking. And so the things that they go through are hanging from above them, which I find interesting. You know, and they get penalties. And then some of them they have to go forward through, and some of them have to go the other way through. So they're going forward, and then other ones they turn backwards. Oh, I'm glad you love art. I enjoy art too. I've been trying to branch out into some other things other than just colored pencils, trying to make it a little more broad of a category. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta take out 3 more. Especially ways to create that are attainable. You know, like you don't have to be like you don't have to go to art school to be able to create. So that is my thing. There are many ways to be creative. I've had some good products, some not so good. Like I had such high hopes for the wood crayons that I did earlier this week. I did the live stream with them, and I like set up all of my system in there. Had it all ready. Like I was like, okay, this is gonna be a good live stream. Like these are gonna be a very interesting product. All of that, and they were not great. Like I was so hoping. Like it is a purl row. So that was a bit of a bummer. I'm glad you're here. Gonna knit. Oh, hold on, I have to look at that one. I was always using colored pencils, yeah, but ever since I got the gifted Cali art markers, yes. Started using markers. I think they pair well together. Like there's things that markers can do, and like you can then come in with pencils and use them in tandem and create wonderful things. Like it's not just it's an or thing. I think they are definitely an and type thing. So just by your name, is turquoise your favorite color? Hmm? Okay, now I'm gonna go. My fingers getting warmed up. It takes a minute, especially these giant needles. These giant needles are harder than little needles. I'm debating what I want to do once I get through. This explaining it's not going to take that much longer. If I'm going to go to cross stitch or stick with needle, I may stick with knitting and do this right here. Work on that little guy. Yes, it is my favorite salsa color of the 2 walls. Okay, cool. So my studio back in Louisville had a turquoise wall, and I loved it. It was such a happy little place. I like my studio now, but that studio, the floor plan was a lot better for storage, for use, like everything laid out a little bit better in there. So I miss that studio for those reasons. I have such better equipment now than I did then. So that's a little different. Like there, literally I was turning lamps like sideways and stuff, trying to get better things. Hello, Jessica. Welcome in. I keep thinking, look at this one to read chat because like my phone is just far enough away that it's so little. But that studio, the one you can see it in the old videos, like it's in the early videos, like from 2016 and early 2017. I didn't have a lot of early 2017 videos because we were getting the house ready for moving at that point. But the ones from 2016, I'm in that room, and that room just like the layout made it so easy to do things with. Okay, fold up, and now we're on a knit row. The knit rows are the easy rows. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I've got the Olympics on right now. Looks like we're going to stick with women's kayak on this channel. Let's see what the other options are. We can chit chat about those too if you'd like. Let's see. Best button. Is this the one I want? Here's Olympics. Okay, we have a lot of soccer games and wrestling. Looks like I'm gonna stick with. I'm not gonna be able to watch the soccer enough to be like super into it, so we'll stick with the women's slalom kayaking. I'm not really a huge wrestling fan. Okay, and that's okay. Like I'm one of those that like for the soccer, football game, whatever you want to say. I'm more than happy to just read the line scores at the end. So it is a little warmer today, so I am feeling it, especially working on this big old blanket. It's nice and warm. Knit rows are the easiest. It's just knit all the way across. Any knitters can come in and want to know the pattern, I can just talk you through it. It's a very simple pattern. I also grabbed the yarn cover too for this so I can tell you the yarn wrap so I can say what exactly this yarn is. Yeah, being under this blanket right now in my room is a little hot. I have a question. Okay, where state are you from? I'm in Tennessee right now. Originally from Kentucky, lived in California for 4 years between the two. I was in Louisville, in case you're wondering what part of Kentucky. So I've been in very urban areas. So it's not like I'm nervous to tell you that I'm near Nashville. Oh, I'm from California. So we were in San Diego for 3 years and the Sacramento area for a year. So the Sacramento area was during COVID. So that was an interesting time to move that far and be in an area. So I can't really like speak on what that area is really like because I didn't get to really understand it. But I've been a little sad because we've been seeing posts from Comic-Con and we lived in downtown San Diego. So we were right there in the middle of it when it would go on. And like Galactus that came up over the convention center in drones last night. I was like, that is so freaking cool. And just all of those little things that I really, really miss. Because we would just go down and because there is so many things that just happen around that are totally free. Like I think you could have a great convention and only pay, like if you don't live there, just pay for a hotel room. And like that would be it because so many areas have free things going on that you can get food and the experience and never even go into the convention center. So I miss a lot of those silly things. And I'm thinking about it, like I have a couple of things that I don't know where they are. Like from Comic-Con, that are Bob's Burgers. Like I had like a little Linda Belcher glasses mask and I don't know where that ended up. Just see if I find it. Never been to San Diego Comic-Con, yeah, but that's more by choice, yeah. It makes the city a whole lot of fun. I will say that, so. There's just there's so many, there's like little parties all over downtown that are being paid for by the major networks and that kind of thing. So yeah, back in the day, Nerdist had a house and we went and hung out at the Nerdist house, the YouTube channel Nerdist, and that was a lot of fun. That was in 2018. Yeah, it would have been 2018 that we went and had a good time with that. Pennywise, before it released, had a really neat house for that. It's amazing to see all the things that get set up. Like it's truly a spectacle all over downtown. Like full blocks will be taken up by these experiences where like you can crawl and go through and just do, and like it's really like Fox did a whole, like, took a big old, like, one of the larger parks downtown and made like a whole fair, like with Ferris wheels and rides and stuff, and like better than the cheap fair rides, you know, that sometimes you see, like the little carnivals that travel. It was a step up from those. Obviously not like Disney World level rides or Disneyland, but it was really fun. You know, it's just free to go ride rides and get to do things. And so I thought I had to put new no new chats. So that's my thoughts on that. One of my sons got to go in because one of his friends' moms was an interpreter at Comic Con, so she got passes, and so they got to go in and they walked around Hall H. Okay, we're on a purl row, so that means I knit the first four. Well, I slip one, knit three, and now I purl to the last 4 stitches. And then I'm going to measure it in just a second, so you can see that. Olympics are on a commercial break. Kind of sad that the men's Olympics were over, or not the men's Olympics, the men's gymnastics. The Olympics are not over. They just started. Oh, what did everybody think about, if you watched opening ceremonies last night, what did you think about that? I felt bad that it was so rainy. It's like an all outdoor event and like it is just pouring buckets. Because we piggyback off of my in-laws' cable to watch this and stuff, their DirecTV. We get Louisville stations, and it was funny because they were comparing like the wet opening ceremonies to like a wet derby, which, oh my goodness, everybody's dressed up for derbies. You thought it was fine? I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a neat take on it. It was hard to do. I can see because they didn't like have like the giant grand venue. You know, like you see a lot of times where it's a huge stadium, you know, seating 40 to 50 at least 1,000 people. I also find it very interesting that since they have surfing in this one, there's a whole group in Tahiti right now. You know, other side of the world. You know, it's like we went to the Olympics, but we saw none of the Olympics. We were in our own little world down here doing surfing, which I think would be really neat to see surfing as an Olympic sport. But because the way they set it up, it felt like it was just a lot of smaller events, which is, it's fine. It's a different take on it. I'm not gonna, I liked the use of the river for the parade type of aspect. I thought that was interesting. Okay, I did really like the barge that they created that had the horse galloping to make it look like the horse was running on the Seine. I thought that was really cool. And I have had a lot of fun just from my little bit of French, hearing some of the commentators have trouble with some of the pronunciations already. It's like, that's not right. You can tell they're much more used to Spanish words, and it sneaks through a little bit. Okay, almost done. Back to a knit row. Actually, got to measure. We're gonna, let's see how long we are. I wanted to kind of go to 48 inches. So I've got a yardstick. So I'll kind of judge. Ooh, we're looking really good. Let's see, that's them. Okay, so 6 inches. Let me see. Okay, so I gotta do 3 more inches, which is about 4 rows. So I need to, yeah, that'll hit just right. Okay, so 4 rows. I have enough yarn. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close. We're gonna be playing yarn chicken, guys. Ooh, an email from Office Depot. I must be special. Oh, here comes Lottie. Hey, Lottie Lou. Wanna say hi? Say hi to everybody. What? You tell me. Did somebody wake up? Is somebody awake? Oh, Bug is awake. I was hoping to thank you for the colored pencils. Oh. A friend of mine told me she had colored pencils. She didn't use them. She gave me all of it. Oh, that is an awesome gift. That is a very nice gift. So just a mix of different brands. Hi, Lottie. Yeah, everybody's saying hi to you, Lottie Lou. She's sitting. She is splitting the difference between myself and my son right now. My son, we call him Bug. It's a nickname, not his real name. I don't use my children's real names online for obvious reasons, even though they are actually adults now. That is... Actually, no, I'm going to be 3 rows. Because I need to end. Yeah. Okay, we're going to be doing 3 more. It's 3 more rows. I will use Lottie's name. I will let her be famous. Right, Lottie Lou? She's sitting here wagging her tail at me. She's such a fun puppy. I did get her thing set back up so she can look back out the window. We switched her food because she seemed to have like a allergy or tummy ache, so we're trying some different food, see if that helps. Okay, knit row. Yes, multiple brands, color pencils. Oh wow, kind of all over. Colorific, I have not used Colorific. I was surprised because, like, I don't know if you remember, when as kids, like, you got disappointed if, like, you got the Crazy Art brand instead of the Crayolas, you know, because typically, like, the crayons weren't as good and stuff. And when I did a review, I liked the Crazy Arts a little bit better than the Crayolas, so I was very surprised by that one. On that pencil review, I fully expected it to be like, oh yeah, the Crayolas are good, the rest are kind of like, yeah. But no, it went differently. Okay, so as of right now, I was trying to see, they just had the leaderboard up. I can tell you who was winning in women's kayak, but don't know now. Because it was like the 21 through 25 slots. I'm also not used to everybody's colors right now in uniform style, so I can't identify the uniforms just yet for who's who. This looks like this might be Japan. Okay, yeah, her paddle has the Japanese flag on. I can see that now. You like using multiple brands? So normally for the ease of videos, I do not mix my brands just because it's a little easier for people to follow along if I stick with one. But I always have a white Prismacolor. I think it is a necessity. I do have also some vintage Prismacolors, but only one color. And sadly, it is not the red that I like the best. Like, if it was the red that I used the most, I would be like, yes. But it was a different red. It was because my mother was an accountant, and they ordered Prismacolor pencils to, like, mark accounting sheets with. And it was, like, a specific red that they bought and had several of. And so I have, I think, like 4 or 5 of this one red pencil in the old, before they moved the factory and stuff. It's just pretty funny that those pencils are worth like $5 a piece. Because they're the original, not the news. Reminds me, I've got swatch charts I have to change because it appears that Prismacolor is like the new lilac and amethysts are now, all of those, the new colors are switching over. So I've got to get those all switched. Last I checked, it was still the old, like they were still using the old colors in them. And so I was like, okay, good. I don't need to change them yet, but I had a customer get back to me and say, oh, they've changed it. And it looks like they may have changed some orders too. So I've got to get those. Next. I'll get them updated. It's not hard to do it, just I have to jump in and take the time to do it and then put them up. I am knitting. I need to be purling on this row. We are not there yet. Same mistake again. Purl row, purl row, purl row. This will be my last purl row. That's what I get for chit-chatting. It's still early. Still early. 11:26. Okay. It's not that early, but it's a Saturday early. I slept in this morning. I've been working under a new schedule because it has been that like my time is kind of my own. And this week, 1, 2, 3, 4, one more. I had appointments and had to be places and do things like all week. And normally my mornings aren't so time bound. Like, oh, you have to be here then and you have to do this now. And it's a different commercial. There's been, okay, so some Olympic commercials. I slept in also. I don't blame you. There is one that is for the Gemini AI stuff, and it is, like, it starts off really good. Like, I'm not adverse to using that to help get a training regimen, even though there are, like, training regimens out there galore online. I mean, that just shows you that AI is basically just a glorified search engine. But then it has this thing where it's like they ask you to write a fan letter for his daughter, and I'm like, why would you want AI to write the fan letter? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if that is something that should be written by you to the person, not something you have AI write. You may say, oh, maybe AI could give you like what's like a good format for a fan letter, like what things normally do you include, like things like that might be useful, but not to write the fan letter for you. Like that just felt so odd and strange, like not a good use case in my opinion. And like that was at the movie last night. It was one of the previews. There were okay. Here, I will tell you. I can tell the things I would tell you that are not spoilers. Number one, we had over a half hour of previews. So if you think you're going to be tight on time, don't worry about that. There were half hours previews. A lot of it were Olympic commercials that I came home and I like, because we don't watch TV a whole lot, and I have YouTube Premium. I've had it since it was YouTube Red. I mean, I do not watch commercials on YouTube. And so when we watch regular TV, it always feels a little bit weird, but I'm also a much more passive viewer of TV, so I'll like kind of tune it out too. Okay, so France is in the lead right now. Okay, women's kayaking. Side note. I just saw the leaderboard. But yeah, it was a lot of previews. And I don't understand why it may be. So they have ads running before the show, right? That people pay money for, but they format them for the whole screen. And so part of it is always cut off because they do that thing where then they make the screen bigger before the show is like a big thing. Well, why aren't they formatting these ads for these people in the smaller size to where it fits? And it's not just like it was one or two, all of them were formatted for the full screen. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It's not hard to like set up a custom size for editing and creating, you know, because you're doing it all digitally. It's you type in a couple of things. So that just seems strange to me. It's like, why are in this day and age are we not creating this in the right format? And so that like the first letter is cut off on any like lower title. And yeah, it was that seems strange. But yeah, we did see Deadpool. I can tell you that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds were in it, as we have seen from all of their the press tour they've been on together. So I can talk about my pluses. So I am glad that we actually went. I actually saw a movie, and it was so funny because it was like the night before I saw the Hot Ones, and I was like, oh, I'd like to go see that. And my husband like bought the tickets that night. Um, so my thoughts. I am so glad that they did this as like a third installment because like Ryan Reynolds knows the character of Deadpool at this point. Obviously, Hugh Jackman understands the character of Wolverine. So, you know, it was like two actors who really knew who this character was. Like, they're not like in the first movie where like you're trying to figure it out. You know, it's like the character's a little squishy, you know, can change a little from here to there as the character develops. But no, the characters are developed. The actors know the characters. So for them to get into the character, it's great. Like, they are there, they are this person, you understand who they are. Um, so that was great. That was awesome. It also stands alone, so that if you have not seen a Deadpool movie before, you will be fine. It is good to kind of have a basic knowledge of the Marvel universe as a whole just to get some of the jokes. But I think you could come in fairly cold on it and be okay. Um, Especially if you are just familiar with just the Avengers movies coming into it, you'll be okay there. You won't get all the jokes, but you'll get most of it. There was a lot of tie-in with the X-Men. Oh, I'm glad you were excited to watch it. There was so much time for the X-Men, which for me was a big payoff. In watching this, I did realize that I was way more there for Wolverine than for Deadpool. Um, and so I loved that part. I really, really, really enjoyed that. Um, Other things, I enjoyed the music. I'm a Gen Xer, so the fact that they, you know, tied in some music from my childhood, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna complain. Madonna's Like a Prayer, which that's in the trailer, so I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything there. The use of that was great. It was really fun. Yeah, it was good. Did it make me want to like come home? Like yesterday in the stream, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're on Disney Plus. Maybe I can go back and watch them. Does it make me want to go and watch all of the Deadpool movies? No, I'm good. I don't. It takes a lot for me to want to watch a movie just because it's a lot of sitting still. Because I don't sit still well. As you see why I'm streaming. I have a TV show on. I am knitting. I have coffee. I have a lot going on. So it's like that. So that's kind of my spoiler thing. Like the opening scene, I adored. I thought it was hilarious. Just the way they handled that and the way that they bring Logan back, because clearly they've got to figure out a way around how to bring Logan Wolverine into the movie, because they completely ended that series. Like, Hugh Jackman said goodbye, ended that character. How are we bringing him back now? So that was good. That was a lot of fun. And they bring a lot of other fun characters in that for somebody my age, was a blast. Like, we had to explain some of the connections. Our 20-year-old son went with us. We had to explain some of the connections to him, to get some of the jokes, because they were just there. And like, if you're not kind of familiar with all of it, but really good with that. I giggled and laughed a lot. Clearly, it is not a movie to be taken seriously. Like, you don't go into this like thinking, oh, this is going to be like Oscar level writing. Like, no, it is a silly movie. It is meant to go in and be spectacle and fun and silly in characters that you love already. Like, if you're going to see this movie, probably you've developed an attachment to one or both. So that is my thought on it. There were a couple of things that if I go into like little critiques would be spoilers, so I'm not going to go into those right now because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. If you are interested, I would say go see it, and then maybe in a week we can talk about it, thoughts and stuff once it's not as spoilery right now. It's like, no, let it have its space. I will say that Ryan Reynolds' idea that he brought up on Hot Ones was absolutely hilarious. That his idea was to make this like awful movie and promote this awful movie. Like, have really bad title, like, posters and everything, and, like, create trailers for this movie. And then you go in and it's actually a Deadpool movie. I loved that. Like, I thought that, like, that troll would have been hilarious if they could have pulled it off. I need to tell you, it's been fun talking to you. Well, thank you. I'm glad you've enjoyed talking with me. I enjoy having people here to talk with. That's why I go live. Just to be a way to chit-chat. Oh, USA's going down the kayak tour right now. Let's see. I don't know enough about this sport, in all honesty, to know if they're doing great or not. I can just go by their time is better or worse. Like, I can't say, ooh, that was a good, like, her line was incredible coming through here. I feel like she just did the one slalom bit really smoothly. It was way better than I could have. Okay, the Czech Republic, their person is good, but USA just took the lead. So by 0.65 seconds, which, considering the length of this track, is, I think, really close. Like, that's impressive because this track to me feels long. Like, you would see longer timed, but yeah. Like, they're showing like how close she gets. Like, their heads are like about to smack these poles that they're going through. The point is your head has to go forward, so they're like all like leaning like as hard as they can in these boats. It's impressive. Oh, she's giving a hug to the girl she just beat. She had no penalty seconds. That's good. Okay, now I get New Zealand. I'm guessing you get a penalty if you touch the thing. Okay, so it's still the same one. I looked away for a minute. It's hard to tell if there's any chat sometimes, especially on my phone. That's why I've got the computer here, but I don't really have it where I can see it easily. Okay. This is the last row before I do the... Well, I still have 4 rows after this, but it's just knit rows to finish it off neatly. I've got it so bunched right now. Oh, the girl from New Zealand woman from New Zealand has 4, or 2 penalties already. Maybe those penalties are hurting her too because she's now a second ahead. Okay, now, this time, I will knit all the way across on this row rather than... Oh, awesome, I'm getting some follow-up there. I see it. Most of it's reposted stuff from YouTube. It's not... I do a couple of original posts there, but not a whole lot. Okay. Next, knit rows. This is row 1. We will do a total of 4 rows and then a bind off. I may grab, the bottom's pretty tight of a cast on, so I may just keep on this needle, but I may need to get my larger needle to do the cast off. Okay. Knit, knit, knit. A little quiet for a moment here. We're on ads on the TV for some drug. Who knows what it's for? You know, every drug, it's like they advertise, it's like, it'll make your life better, but there's a chance of all of these horribly awful side effects. You know, life-threatening or fatal. Like, is this worth it, really? Like, I do remember a time before drug companies were able to advertise on TV. It was a beautiful time. Of course, at the same time, cigarettes were allowed to be advertised on TV too. So, slightly different world. Okay, Zachary Quinto's in something new. Brilliant Minds. Didn't know he was coming in on something new. Oh, there was a. It was funny. There was a trailer, and I'm watching it, and I felt good about myself in the fact that I was able to identify the video game movie that it was going to be, not knowing that there was a movie coming out about this video game, and it was a video game I have never played. So I was like, I actually identified that one. I feel pretty good. How long have I had Lottie for? 6 years. She's my little pup. And we had a little dog before that named Gidget. But Gidget was a Yorkie poo. And one day my son came home from school and she bolted out the door when he walked in and ran right down the stairs, right outside, and a car was coming down the street. So that was pretty hard. So she was still a puppy. Oh, it was not fun. But yep, I've had Lottie for 6 years. She's my good puppy. Hard to believe she'll be 7 in February. So we still got a minute. She's 6.5 right now. And she's a good dog. She's snoozing right now. She's such a good dog. Yep, she's full grown. That's why she's little. She's just a little. She's 8 pounds. That's as big as she'll be. Okay, finishing row 2. We'll have just enough yarn. Just these. Okay. USA still in the lead for kayak. So you said, oh, is this fun to have a dog? Yes. Thank you. God bless you. Now, Lottie is definitely a part of our pack. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy all the little quirks that dogs have. I think that's what makes them perfect. uh, so Gidget had this thing where she loved socks. Like she would try to steal your socks. But when she stole one, she would run right in front of you with it. And it was hilarious. Like, look what I got. I got a sock. You know, so you knew immediately she had gotten your sock. And that was really fun. But then, like, Lottie is not the smartest for a poodle. Like, poodles are normally very, very smart. She is not the smartest dog. Like, her problem solving is not as good as a lot. But she is so loyal. Like, she is, if you come in to our house, she, like, immediately, you were part of the pack. No matter what. You were just part of it. So. Oh, she's in a way. She's in a cute little, like, the little circle. You know, the dogs will curl up in their little circle. She's in, sleeping like that right now, which is super sweet and precious. Netherlands is going right now. Oh, okay. I get the penalties now. How they, like, the way they were showing it, it's like, okay, I don't get how these penalties work, but they show them for forward and backwards one. Yes, I think she is awesome as well. Keep looking over at her, just sneezing. She's so cute. Okay, I'm curious. Like I'm watching, I'm like, I'm just impressed the way these women are like stretching to get in between some of these. It's like that's why you're at the Olympics. Okay. Almost done. Almost to the last row. Bind off. I think I'll have enough. We will have enough yarn. I guess you get 2 seconds of penalty for each one you miss, is how it works. Ooh, she bumped all of those. Yep, that was a penalty. Last row before it gets off. I think we'll have a pretty good weekend. It's not supposed to be as hot as it's been, but we're still raining. So I have some work I have to do for editing, which I will be doing this afternoon. But I don't have to go anywhere. It's always nice when I don't have to go anywhere. So they have like they look like they're really buff, but a lot of the is because they wear like this little buoyancy age. I got an itch in my ear. Sorry about that. And so it makes them look like they're, you know, very barrel chested, but yeah, it's a life jacket basically. So they've got a helmet too, so hopefully it'll avoid any head injuries. Okay, it's cast off row time. Cast off, cast off. Yeah, this is really snug. I'm trying to pull it to make it not as snug. It's hard to do loose with this yarn because this yarn does not slide. I'm trying to decide, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go back on this. I am going to go get a larger needle and I'm gonna cast off of that 50. Question for you. Oh, that is really fun. Bowling is awesome. I do enjoy bowling. Haven't been able to do that since I hurt my knee, but I am cleared, so I could do that again now. Then we really liked, we did a lot of mini golf out in California. Haven't been able to do that here as much. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go get a larger needle. Be right back. Okay, larger needle obtained. You can see it is huge. It is definitely larger for this cast off. That'll help it not be so tight. So those are things we enjoy. We do every night we have dinner together. Who's ever home, because my dog, they do work outside of the home, so sometimes they're working. But if they're home, we have dinner together, and I really love the show Bob's Burgers. So a lot of times we're watching Bob's Burgers together, enjoying that. Okay, this is, yes, this will cast off much nicer. I should have cast on with this too. Too late now. I am not taking this out and re-knitting it a third time. It's always nice to make it to cast off row. Get all this nicely squished together here. So I can work it off a little easier. I think being part of a bowling league sounds like a lot of fun. Almost done. Yeah, we get along pretty well as a crew. My kids, I was always very fortunate that my kids didn't have just like natural personality conflicts like some siblings can have. They've always gotten they have the like sibling squabble occasionally, but they for the most part all get along pretty well, even if they are very different. Okay, almost there. 6 stitches left to go. And I will save weaving it ends because I don't want to think about it right now. even though I should just go ahead and get it done. Okay, almost to the last stitch. Okay, last pullover. There we go. I can nip this off. There we go. Done. Okay, we kind of pull the stitches into place. I'm really glad I did that with that needle. That kept it from bunching. That loose stitch I can see here. I need to work a little bit. There we go. There it is. Yeah, I am so happy I went to the bigger needle because the bottom is like very, very, very snug. So I'm gonna block that. I'll have to block that out to make that not so snug. It's wanting to really, really, really pull in versus the rest of it, but it is done. The rest of it feels good. I should have, okay. Now I know when working with this crazy yarn that I need to cast on and off with a bigger needle. Got it. Noted. I'm gonna go warm up my coffee for a moment, take a break. I don't have a good break screen because I'm just on my phone right now, so it'll just be some dead air. Maybe, let's see, the dog may stay in the same spot, so maybe I can swing the camera. You guys can watch her for a moment. Back again. Going to now work on the sweater. I've got to find a pattern, so that's going to be like step one. Actually, step one is put away my needle with this, which this needle is pretty funny. My husband was like, it looks like oxygen tube. Right there, tubing. There we go. This is what it came in right here. Ordered off of Amazon. In case you guys were wondering where I got the needle. It's just a little easy purchase there. I'm gonna try something here really quick. We're gonna do an edit. We threw some hashtags in the title. Maybe that'll help get some viewership up. But anyway, okay, next step. I have this lovely yarn, which color matches to the blanket, which now needs to be blocked. And the ends put in, I have this much left of yarn, so that was like pretty much a perfect amount. 5 balls of that, and it was not cheap. I did not get it on sale. So that yarn was not, that was pretty expensive. This, however, is like the yarn that like you can make a ton of things out. Like I will make a cute little matching hat with the little bottom on it too. All of this doing it in garter stitch. I love the look of simple garter stitch. I may do a garter stitch bottom on that and then knit the rest too. I may play around with this little cardigan a little bit that I'm gonna make, a little baby cardigan. I nabbed my size 5 and size 6 needles right here, so got those ready to go for whichever the pattern says. We do not need this guy now. We are done with this one. So put away in the pile. I did not put away my scissors and their little thing. Scissors are now back where they belong. Oh, time to look up a pattern. I used to have a book that I adored that had a great pattern, and sadly I did not keep the book when we moved to California. I wish I had now because I've missed that book quite a bit. It had some great patterns, just simple, easy baby patterns that were tried and true. Like I made them for my kids when they were itty bitty. So, and the patterns were such that they were kind of timeless patterns. You just change the colors to make the colors work for whenever you were doing it. So let's go here. Not what I wanted. I need, let's do garter stitch, baby cardigan. allfreeknitting.com. Not the one I'm looking for, but keep looking. This one is pretty close. The one I did before had a little more, okay, so I'll show you this again right there. The one I did before had a placket for the buttons that you did that you then went on and did after. So it's really close. Pearl Soho, let's see what they've got. I bought stuff from Pearl Soho. This one looks a lot better. I like that neckline 1,000 times better. That's really, really pretty. Okay, so look at this one. See that neckline? That neckline is a lot better. Oh, and this one just add on, subtract, so it's one piece. So you just go whoop, start in the back and then you flip over. Love it. Okay. And I can make this one in 3 sizes pretty easily. I get exactly, let's get that PDF. I like this one. May not have the color placket, which I had planned on. That's why I got this, but with this pattern, I can make a couple of different options. This little sweet baby can get lots of patterns. Oh, is it a bi pattern? Of course. How much is it? I'm such a cheapskate on these things, which is so silly. It's $10. We'll keep looking. We'll keep that one in mind. Pearl Soho. Had a cute one right there. Free baby cardigan knit patterns. For something so simple, like I feel like if I just had like a cast on and cast off. Oh, this one has some good. Has pictures. Considering all I want is like the pattern I'm looking for is so simple. That one is similar, right? So that looks pretty close, but it's got that tight neckline, which I didn't necessarily want the tight neckline. Here, hold on. Okay. And then there's one here, but it's with chunkier yarn, so I gotta keep looking. Oh, I've had this iPad for a while. It is not new. It gets used quite a bit. Keep looking here. I like, okay, keep looking. They've got the same pattern again. Not seeing anything here, but they got 4 pages of these sweaters. I don't want to do, as much as I love a good raglan sweater, I love raglan sleeves, in case you guys wanted to know what my favorite sleeve was on a sweater, it is a raglan. I am not seeing anything. Like the simple garter stitch ones are done in really, really chunky yarn. And I don't need one in chunky yarn. I need one in simple. Not seeing on this site. You may have to pay the $10. Yeah, the ones that they're showing on this site are all the chunky knit. This is lovecrafts.com that I'm on right now. You know what? We're gonna go to Yarn Inspirations. You've already got my email. I'm looking for you for patterns. Free patterns. Because I know you can set some filters. That is Bernat. Nope, not Karen. Bernat is a baby. Made for baby. Yarn weight. This yarn weight is, I'm so bad at the new like terms, like the numbers, because they like have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's supposed to make it simpler. This one doesn't have the new system on it. Yeah, it doesn't tell me. Thank you, Hobby Lobby. You do not say if this is a worsted, a DK. You give me nothing other than to use a size 6 needle. Oh, size, there it is. Okay, it's tiny. 3 light. Okay, project type. Sweaters and cardigans. Pattern category. No, I don't need that. So they're supposed to say knit and not crocheted. That's all. No, okay. I don't need anything. I don't want anything with a hood. Okay, that one. I don't know. It mixed garter stitch and stockinette, which I didn't like. Hey, Kat, welcome in. Sorry, I'm looking at my thing. I'm trying to find a pattern. It is not going great. Okay, let's see. I think I may be able to adjust the one on the previous page. Okay, I think I might just change this pattern here. It has a similar neckline. It is size 3 months. It's 3 and 6. Can't blow it. There you go. So if you look, it's got the garter stitch top, but then they did knit at the bottom. If I just do it all in garter stitch, I think it'll be fine. Oh no, it's seed stitch. I'm not opposed to seed stitch. I like seed stitch. But I think garter would be better for this. I feel like it looks messy in the seed stitch. I just need numbers. So this will give me sizing. I'm gonna do this one. Okay, now it won't shrink down. Come on, iPad. There we go. This will work. I can make this pattern. It should tell me. Yep, they're using the size 6 needles, which doesn't surprise me. Okay, cast on 47 stitches. All I need are measurements, and this has measurements, so this will work. Got my yarn. Where did my needle go? Size 6, right here. I like working on circulars, even though this will be a straight pattern. This will still, I will like this. I like working on circulars better. Oh, it's the guys kayaking now. That changed over while I was looking. Okay, so got it. 47 stitches. I gotta get this out. So okay, it's tucked in this side. Here's a little piece of knowledge. If it's tucked in this side, you want to pull from this side. When you pull from the middle, I'll pull out a little. Okay, you're not wanting to come out easily. You get a little bit out right here. Say, big old plug of yarn. But pull from the middle, it's a lot easier. You don't have to chase your yarn. Find the end. Where are you, Mr. End? There it is. Found it. Figured out here. Little first bit's always a bit of a mess. It takes a little bit. And once it gets going, it's easy. I do crochet. I do both. I prefer knit for garments. Just personal choice. I haven't done it on camera because normally it was harder to show. And when I was doing this giant blanket here, it was like easy to set it up to do it. This little setup's working well. Plus, I'm doing it more as just chatting rather than a tutorial on how to. Okay, come on. Actually, the first iteration, for those of you who want to know, of Grace and Lottie's was a fiber art studio. So it was knitting and crochet items that I sold at. This is a little bit of a mess here. I made a mess, not that that's a surprise. It looks like a mess. All it is twists and yarn, so it comes undone. Harvey's debating whether I should go get my winder. Yeah, I pulled some things I shouldn't have pulled just yet, but that's okay. It happens. Do you crochet or knit, Kat? Katrina? No, I shortened that and I shouldn't. I assume. Okay, what I can do right here. We're gonna make okay, for those of you, this is gonna be something interesting. I'm gonna make a middle pull butterfly right here. So you see I've got that. So I can keep this yarn. So as I entangle this, I'm not going to just end up retangling it. I got used to, so in gaming, like everybody shortens everybody's names. Like that's just normal in it. Like you never say the full gamer tag. And it's a wrong assumption to make. I do that here too. Okay, look, I have made a royal mess. I love my mess. I don't normally make this much of a mess. Everything's just gotten twisted on itself. Just gonna set that there and I'm just gonna work on a knot now for a while. Okay, where are you? This is gonna have right here this bit, an end. That's a loop. Get it out. So Katrina, what are you up to today? It's like I'm gonna be untangling yarn for a while. a loose bit. Always good. All I'm doing is just finding random pieces and pulling. Okay, here's the end of a loop. Always a good thing to find. Yes, it's so funny. You wouldn't think it would be this difficult to do. It should be like, oh yeah, you just pull. And sometimes it's like the yarn just starts and it's so easy. And it's like, you just do the thing, right? And then others are like, I'm gonna make your life a little difficult for a while. Yeah, this would have been more interesting had I started this off camera, but hey, it's real life. This is supposed to be just chatting and hanging out, so I am fulfilling that goal. Hmm. Relaxing now. Oh, awesome. Oh, I've got some doilies around this house. Like, if you've ever noticed, like, I have these that I use as my coasters. They're done just out of, like, dishcloth cotton. But I have them in the studio as well. Like, you'll see them in my product photos and stuff that I made that are actually in my brand colors. I enjoy that. Like, I do enjoy that. Yep, it's part of the process. um, I guess getting a little sneak peek right now into what I do in the evenings and stuff. Okay, I just had a bunch go right there, so that was awesome. That was like, woo, that was nice. Just had a bunch just like come undone. I pulled the right piece. I could just feel it kind of all like, let go, relax. It's this green that's causing the problem. Once I kind of get through the green, I think it'll be great. I hope so, at least. Then we'll get into, because I've only got one piece coming out from the middle, so that's a good. That is a very good sign for future. There we go. Got it untwisted there a little bit. theory, I should not have started passing this through. That is, because it should be loops that undo on loops. Okay, so we don't get to the green as quick as I thought. I thought I would get to the green a lot faster. There is all of this here. It is just an absolute mess. It's just a twisted, like, I'm really trying to figure out how it got this twisted up. Like, this is weird. As I have handled worse. Okay, I need to rewind this. So we will rewind this. La, 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 la. There we go. Oh. I know this is riveting, watching me try to get a knot out. Okay, back through here. Okay, that just got a little bit undone. Back through here. Okay, that just got quite a bit undone. now through here. Okay, back through here. Passing back and through, back and through, back and through. Bye. Hope you have a great day, Stephen. Hope you have a great time with your friends. I'm going to be sitting here unraveling nail yarn for the foreseeable future. I finally have a little bit of a rhythm here going. So happy about that. Happy that it's actually getting somewhere. I have so much fuzz from working on the other one on me. Okay. Such a mess. Okay, I think I can pull you here. It's just all such a mess. It's like if I could find the right loop that would like release it all, it would be a different story. Okay, so that just helped a little bit down there. There's this loop. Oh, yes. You just helped out a ton. Okay. One loop solved. Right there. Let's see here. You need to come through here. Through here. This loop is over here. So you guys are now over. Okay, that just, wow, that unlocked a lot. Right there. Okay, let's look up at the mid. Let's drink a coffee. Take a drink. I've been untangling this knot now for way longer than I should have been. Normally does not take this long to get to knitting. You right here. Okay, awesome. I thought I had solved the mystery. Oh, maybe I have. Keep pulling. Okay. I may have it right here. This may be the loop that I needed to find. It's looking very promising. I think this may have been our culprit right here causing the issues. Hole there. This one right here. Nope. This one. Okay. Right here. Okay. So many loops. Okay. This loop is pull through. That makes that loop that guy. Cool. Just so many loops. I'm so lost on this. It's like I just have to keep going and pulling. So let's get back to this guy. Get some more. Hey Jessica, welcome back in. Hope you're having a good day. I am hopelessly lost in a knot right now. I thought I was making some good progress. I thought I had solved an issue. It still has not resolved itself. So it is a bit of a pickle here right now. Okay, that just got a little bit out. Let's see, what can we get here? Still have not solved this whole giant twist mess. I was hoping that getting the one loop out would help, but it did not. So it's just a giant twisted mess right now. I hate this because I can't, like, I want to start knitting, but instead I'm stuck doing this. Yeah. Men's kayaking's on the Olympics right now. I don't really know much about kayaking other than they're going through slaloms, and if they touch one or don't go through it, they get a 2-second penalty. Which, looking at the amount of time it takes them to get through some of them, like it seems like it might be faster to not do it, just to go straight down. How fast can I just go straight and not hit any of them? Like, I bet there's probably you have to hit like a minimum number to qualify. I hope so. My cheating method would be pretty awful and make for really not fun Olympics. Okay, a little loop. Another loop. Oh, this is looking good. Until it wasn't. Well, I got a little bit of it untangled right there. It was looking really, really, really hopeful. I thought, oh, I got it. Nope. That was not it. Ah. Tangling yarn. Okay, we've made it to brown. I'm gonna flip over here. Wind up a little bit. Actually, let's rewind. It's getting a little the end was getting a little loose there. And all I'm doing is making a center pull butterfly with my fingers here. Kind of fix this whole thing. There we go. I was looking up last night, so after we got home from watching the movie, put on the opening ceremonies. I did not watch the whole thing. Only watched part. And I was like thinking, I was remembering like back to the 2010s. Okay, like I was thinking way back and remembering some Olympics. And I was sort of thinking, and I was like remembering when Bob Costas got pink eye at one of the Olympics, and I don't remember which one it was. I could not tell you. Oh, it was the this and this. I just remember his pink eye just kept getting worse and worse and worse on camera. It was absolutely hilarious. His, he is still working hard to be live and on camera, and his eye just looks awful. So, yeah, the butterfly works really, really well because it's fast and it'll center pull when I'm done. So, I will, once I'm out of this mess, I am out of this mess. I do not want to be back in it. Ooh, did you see that? We just got quite a bit more. Let's wrap that puppy up. That got a lot right there. It looks like I'm back into the boom, boom, boom. We're solidly in brown now. I feel like I have significantly less yarn now in the giant mess here. Well, anyway, get this all done. Ooh, just came undone nicely. Ooh. Okay, come on, keep going. Just really nice. Okay, that was a lot that just came undone right there. Got a lot undone. Okay, now. Okay. I'm just amazed how quickly all of this just like got so tangled. We're not talking a little bit of a mess. Talking this was an impressive mess. Okay. This goes through here. Through here. Through here. Okay. Now this one. Oh, we're going back to some more men's gymnastics now. Team qualifying. China, Japan, Great Britain, Ukraine, and US is in 5th right now. Had a Canada, Netherlands, and Germany. Oh, that's interesting. Through here first. Let's do that step. Oh, that was big. Ah, haha. Okay, let's wrap that up. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Over. Through. Okay. This is a little bit of a tricky area here. The knot is pretty tight. bit. Done. Okay. Let me see if any loops are like not like twisted with other loops so that I can untangle those right now. I'm not seeing any that will naturally free themselves that way. Keep trying. Keep trying. How long will this take? That is a good question. Gotta take my daughter to work in a little bit. Can I get this done before I have to take her to work? That is a $1 million question because I really need to get this done before I take her to work because the moment I put this down, it becomes a little bit of a mess, but it's doable. Okay, it's gonna be time to wrap some more. Go ahead and wrap some more here. Boom, 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 boom. What is this? What do we have here? Can I just pull you through? That was huge. That was huge. It's a green home stretch, kind of. Okay. Gymnast, like male gymnast builds because they are so ripped on top, just gives like this crazy triangle. Like it messes with your sense of proportion for like how tall they are. They're impressive. Like the things they can do are just amazing to me. I definitely can't do that. I can't do a cartwheel anymore. Okay, going back to my idea earlier of having the average Joe in the competition, it would be somebody of the same age competing. Like, what's the average age? I think that's only fair. For that idea. Like just doing that, they do the floor thing where like their hands are down and their body's just like rotating around on the floor. It's also interesting what like became like normal for men's gymnastics versus women's gymnastics, because you don't see that like pommel horse type move in women's gymnastics. Not that I'm sure that the women. It's not a matter of like the women can't do it. It's just not a thing. Okay, just keep going. You're almost there. Almost there. Almost to the point I can say mischief managed and be done with this. Ooh, look at this. That's untangled. Okay, what can I do now? Let's see, what can I get entangled? That. Come out of here. This may be it. This may be it. This one. It's getting so close, guys. So close. So close. Okay. Now through here. We're down to this. Okay. Transfer back over to here. Pull you down. Wrap this now. think I may make it. I may get this completely untangled before I have to leave. Like, I got 15 minutes. Tightening it up here so I can kind of see where the next couple of passes are. Okay. Next one. Almost there. Okay. Okay. Because I was passing through, it can create a knot. And we've got this last little knot right here. Okay, the last bit, the last knot. Done. Okay, all clear now. And finish her off to help her hold in place. All you do is at the end just wrap it up like this. There we go. That is how I create that little pull right there, so that I pull onto the needle right here. Ah, my fingers are tired from that. But got it done. Oh, feels good to get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and end stream there. I'm looking at time and knowing that I've got to get ready for my daughter to take her to work and a couple of other things. So that is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Won't be streaming tomorrow. Make it a Monday stream in. Not 100% for sure. So be watching for when that may happen. That's why it's good to click the notification bell, because I squeeze these in when I get a chance. Like, I'm trying to go live more often and be here and get to talk with you guys. So be watching for that, and I look forward to seeing you next time.